What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today, we're doing another first listen reaction. And today, we have the brand new Offspring record, Supercharged, which I pre ordered. So I'm hoping it's pretty good and not like the last few. And we've got a full cast today. We got everybody who I think this is our first time with all. No, we did no effects. That's right. So how's everybody doing? How do we feel about a new Offspring record in 2024? I think skepticism is merited, right, guys?
More optimistic than that No Effects EP.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'd be more optimistic than a new No Effects album. I think the last Conspiracy of One was the last full Offspring record I even listened to. I think I listened to a couple songs from Splinter. I listened to like probably the radio hits from Rise and Fall, and then I've like only heard basically nothing from Days Gone By, and I don't know what the one newest, like Let the Bad Times Roll, is that what it's called? Yeah, so I have I have not a lot of expectations. I've only been told later Offspring is pretty bad. I heard most people, I think, consider the last album one of their worst that they've made, I think. Also terrible album cover too. But yeah, I don't know. My expectations are pretty low, but I'm pretty open-minded because I don't have too much experience with the newer Offspring.
I'm known as the Offspring super fan of the group, obviously. So I'm very excited, but no, not really. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think the last one I did was the No Effects one. And I mean, honestly, it would be hard to think this would be worse than that. Like, this is going to be pretty good compared to that bullshit I would expect. But let's see what happens. So
I think every Offspring record, it's going to have one or two bangers. I think they're good for one or two good songs. I think the singles have been decent. So who knows? It's only 10 songs. There's going to be a couple goofy tracks. It's going to be a couple bangers, but we'll see. We'll see. So,
all right.
What we're going to do, guys, we're going to listen to every song one by one. We're going to pause. We're going to give it a score 1 through 10. I forgot to put the pain/satisfaction scale, but we don't really use it much anyway. So it's just going to be numerical scores per song. And then at the end, we're going to rank the album itself out of 10. So the first song is called Looking Out for Number One. It's 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So you guys ready to go?
Do it.
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
All right. First song coming up in 3, 2, 1. All right. First song, Looking Out for Number One. Ellie, let's start with you. We'll go clockwise. What'd you think?
I mean, it wasn't like very good. It was okay, I guess. It was, I don't know, a really weird start. Really annoying bridge. The effects on the vocals are definitely a bit jarring in this song. And also, I don't like the looking out for number one. I feel like it doesn't even match like the vibe of the song. It's very weird. And then the chorus is just kind of like insert generic Offspring chorus here. That's kind of what you get. So like, it's an okay song. I wouldn't ever listen to it. I'd give it like a 5, I think. But what do you think, Lewis?
Oh, me? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. There's always something. They try to throw in these gimmick things into some of these songs sometimes. And I think it all started with Keep 'Em Separated, right? And then it's just been like these background parts that are just kind of strange all the way down the line. This one is the most egregious, though. At least that one kind of fit the song. I mean, that one sucked. I don't know. I mean, what is it going for, like an arena rock semi-sound in the beginning or something? Like,
I don't know. It almost sounds
with
like
the album art and stuff too. Like, I don't really know what the tone is
supposed
to be, but
yeah, there was a guitar solo. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I mean, I will say that I think that song was better than anything out of the No Effects record, since we already shit on that one so far. So,
sure. I guess
the chorus was pretty generic, but fine. I like some of the bits and bobs. I hate the background vocals and whatever. I don't know. Let's give it a 5 as well. I'm good with a 5. I thought it was pretty mid, so mid is 5.
All right. Dylan.
Yes, clockwise.
I know. Yeah.
Here.
No,
I'm just
he skipped John, I think so.
Yeah, it's okay.
The little ad lib thing is weird and kind of like takes me out of the song a little bit, but it is like the come out and play, but like shittier version of it. The song like as a whole, it reminds me a lot of "You're Gonna Go Far, Kid." Even the bridge and the chorus. The faster parts I like. I don't like the like halftime verses, but I'll give it a 7. I think it's an okay start, and the faster parts kind of carry it a little bit.
All right, John.
I'm way closer to Dylan than you guys. I mean, this is the Offspring writing an Offspring song. That's the best way I can describe it. It looks like they don't have the budget for Redman anymore. That would have been his line. The part we all don't like. But yeah, I thought this was a decent song. I thought the chorus was catchy. There were parts in it. I mean, I could tell you with absolute certainty it's gonna go down from here. This is gonna be one of the better songs. So I'm kind of with Dylan. I'd go 7.2 on this one. This is the kind of song I listen to the Offspring for. So I'm not gonna knock them for writing an Offspring song. So let's go 7.2. It's a good song.
All right.
Next song, this was a single. It's called "Light It Up." It's already got 2.8 million plays. It's 2 minutes and 52 seconds. You guys ready to kick it off?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
All right, here we go. It's song number 2, "Light It Up," in 3, 2, 1.
Get on your knees, tell me what you believe. Gotta rock it on my back.
All right, "Light It Up." I'll go first here so Elliot doesn't skip me again. This is a banger, guys. I like this song. I mean, it sounds a lot like Splinter to me. This could have been plucked from the Splinter sessions. I think that one bridge / I don't know if it was a bridge or post-chorus was a little lackluster, but I like this song. I just dropped it on my playlist as it was playing. I think this will probably be the best song in the album. I have heard this one before. I'm gonna go 8.5. This is a perfect Offspring song for me. It's not gonna get much higher than 8.5. So, Lewis, what do you think?
This one made me want to. Oh, I'm getting an echo there. This one made me want to get in the crazy taxi and take a cruise around. It definitely. I know you said Splinter, and I can see that too. But I was definitely getting like those vibes of that era a little bit, and then even had the callbacks with like the Egyptian sounding background or whatever the riff is to Smash even and stuff like that. So this is definitely them trying to do a callback to the earlier stuff, and I think it's a fine song. It was pretty good. Way better than the first one, so I'm gonna give this one an 8. Hop in the crazy taxi. I can't do it, but
Hop in the crazy taxi.
yeah, give me an 8. I'll do an 8.5. Let's do 8.4, John, because I don't think I liked it just as much as you. So just 1 point less. So there you
go. All right, Dylan.
Sega is actually rebooting Crazy Taxi along with a bunch of other franchises, and I could see this taking the place of All I Want as the opening track on the soundtrack for sure. And yeah, I was gonna say that the little come out and play, but like the Egyptian style version of it, they like called back to that in the middle of the song. Yeah, it's a fun song. I'm gonna give it the most favorable score so far with a 9. I mean, this should have maybe been the album opener.
Yeah.
This is way better.
Even though the other one has the building and stuff, I feel like this is like the All I Want type.
I think they saw the title and they were like, it has number 1 in it, so it has to be the first track.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, the first song, this is way better than the first song. I think the Crazy Taxi comparisons are perfect. I can definitely see myself rushing around the city trying to get people to their destination while Lighted Up by the Offspring plays. And I would say this one seems more like the Offspring writing an Offspring song than Looking Out for Number 1. I feel like this is kind of like what you want from the Offspring, like Lighted Up. It perfectly encapsulates like the good qualities of the Offspring. So I'm not gonna go anywhere near as high as you guys. I mean, I'll be very close. I'll go 7.8. So I thought it was a pretty good A pretty good song, but I felt like it lacked a little bit of bite that some of the earlier stuff had. But it's a pretty good track. I feel like it's probably going to be the best one we get on here as well.
Oh,
so.
there's going to be a lot of red meat we can shit on coming up here. I bet. So.
All right, so we're ready for track number 3, The Fall Guy, 2 minutes and 34 seconds. You guys ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
What's that mean?
All right, Dylan, why don't you go first on this one? The Fall Guy.
Skipping me now? Jeez Louise.
Yeah. No, didn't you go first last time? I don't know.
You did.
Oh, then yeah, Lewis goes. Let Lewis go for it.
I would be off. This really reminded me of The Kids Aren't Alright a little bit. I don't know. It's not exactly the same, but I mean, kind of those riffs in the verse and then the chorus kicking in. I don't know, man. It kind of gave me those vibes and nowhere near as good. It was okay.
That part.
This is the second. This is the second song apparently that sounds like The Kids Are All Right off this album.
Am I totally off? I didn't say it for the other ones.
No, yeah,
So-
I think both, honestly. I
didn't say it for the other one. This one definitely, like, even with the woes in the background, kind of was throwing me. I mean, it was okay. I didn't hate it or anything. It's not as good as Light It Up. It's pretty, and it's definitely not as good as The Kids Are All Right. So, I don't know, like a 7.1.
Damn. All right. What do you think, Dylan?
It was boring.
Yep.
It was
Very
definitely
boring. It wasn't bad, but I don't know. It wasn't inspiring me to give it a good score. So I'm going to give it a 5.
Wow.
Okay, I mean, I thought this was at least much better than Looking Out for Number One, but it definitely is the Offspring. It's lacking a lot of bite and a lot of kind of personality here. It's just kind of an okay song. So I definitely think it's overall better than Looking Out for Number One. It doesn't have all that goofiness, and I really think the choruses are pretty comparable, though I think Looking Out for Number One probably has a bit of a stronger chorus. But yeah, I don't know. I go 6.5 on this one. I thought it was a decent to find song, but I'll go 6. Go 6.
Feel like I went too high now,
Yeah.
man. I probably.
I know. What a big bummer.
I thought that was pretty decent. I mean, maybe I would go 6.5, but I would feel it's being too negative with them. Around.
Well, I mean, I'll stay with 6.5 then. It's fair. Yeah, I mean, like I thought it was way better than Looking Out for Number One. So
It's way better than that one. So
yeah, I thought it was.
You think
definitely.
you disagree, John?
They both disagree apparently.
You're looking out for number one. All right, you're up.
I can't get past that.
Yeah, this I think Looking Out for Number One. I'm pretty much seeing eye to eye with Dylan on every song so far. I didn't like this one at all. Really, that chorus was maybe trying to pull from The Kids Aren't All Right melodically, but it fails. I didn't hate it, so like I'm not gonna go sub 5, but I'm in like the 5.2 neighborhood. It's a skip. It's a little worrying that this is track 3. I'll say that. This is a B-side quality Offspring song, I think.
Can I make one? I want one mulligan on mine. Can you give them a 6.9 for mine instead?
There you go. Yeah, I don't think it's quite over 7, but I definitely don't think it's like next to 5 level song here. So
I disagree with that. But
I thought the melodies overall were pretty catchy, and it was fine for what it was, but it wasn't
My 5 is your 6.9. What can I say?
So apparently the other way around for Looking Out for Number One.
With different scales we're working with here.
We got a different set of.
Anyway, up next is going to be the lead-off single, Make It All Right.
I think it's the only one I've listened to at all. So
Well, you're about to listen to it again, buddy, so strap in.
I'm strapped.
3, 2.
Strap in, strap on. Let's go.
All I want to do is to fly away with you.
All right. Well, that was Blink-182 with Makes It All Right.
Yeah, it really did sound like it did.
It was.
If you
it
played this
sounds
for
like,
me, I would not be able to guess it was even the Offspring.
That sounds like Enema of the State.
I'm going first this time.
Yeah, you are. Sorry, we're just
Yep.
we're riffing. We're riffing.
I think it's all right. I wouldn't have, no pun intended.
Yeah.
It would not have. It would not have been my choice for. Hold on. It would not have been my choice for a lead off.
You just
The
lose
first
your
single. I
What was
got
that? Dippin'?
No, it's Sunflower Seed. I wouldn't have picked this. Whoever made the decision, the record label or whoever, the band, to make this the first single, was. I feel like it was a misguided decision on their part. It's not the best song we've heard yet from the album. Even I don't know. I would have picked like "Light It Up" or something, of course. But I guess this is the most radio friendly, maybe, on the record. I don't know. It's another boring song. It's better than the Fall Guy for sure. And another weird decision with that ad-lib interjecting backup vocalist thing that doesn't really fit with the song at all. I don't understand that. 5.5.
All I want to do is fly.
Sorry for rambling there.
It's okay. I mean, I don't know. You also have to.
I'm just gonna say it during each of you guys talking. I'm just gonna say it in the background.
Well, and the background thing. So looking down at number one. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it sounded like the Offspring. This sounded like the new Blink album, like quite a bit, with a lot of how the structure of the song was from the song melodies. It sounded like a 2000s pop punk song, and not a super great one, a pretty generic one at that. And on top of it, it's like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. This is like a 2-minute, 15-second song at the maximum before I start zoning out where I'm hearing the ba, 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 ba. There was like also towards the end, there was way too much like audio, different sounds going on all at the same time. It's like this simple, straightforward pop punk song, but it's also like confusing to my ears. Like, why are you adding so much like different audio sounds going on toward the end of this like simple pop punk song?
It's supercharged. That's why, Elliot.
It's
Relax.
a supercharged pop punk song. I mean, I honestly, I feel like this is definitely worse than the Fall Guy.
Agreed.
I think it's down there and looking out for number one territory. I think I'd go. I don't know. I really didn't like looking out for number one, but this is probably worse. I'll go 4.8 on.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Make it all right. I'll go sub 5. I would never listen to this. John.
This was awful. I don't know, like they seem to put these songs on every album, and I don't really know anybody that goes to the Offspring for these types of songs. It's so confusing. Like cruising, what is it? Bumpin' California, cruising California. Nobody likes this song. They do it for like every single record. I don't know if they're the ones who are liking this. I have a hard time believing that too. But yeah, this is just goofy, bad, long. That is the worst part of it. It was long on top of all that. I'll never listen to this again. I'm gonna give it this is where I bottom things out. I'm gonna go 2.6. This is terrible.
Ow.
The thing is,
Well, I
their
was
biggest
waiting-
hit is "Pretty Fly for a White Guy," so they're obligated to attempt that.
I'm
this
in the
this
Pretty
sounds
Fly.
nothing like Pretty Fly.
I'm in the Pretty Fly
Pretty-
apologist camp. I think it's a pretty good song.
It's a massive
way better than
comparison.
I know, but I'm saying I think that's what they're approaching the joke songs with, and I don't think this is anywhere near as bad as that.
I don't even know if
California
it's
song.
I don't even know if it's a joke song.
It's definitely
No.
not a joke song. I
Yeah.
think this is something where the producer probably tells them we have to kind of make a pop friendly video song with your flavor, and it ends up being I have no idea if they. But everybody uses producers to change some of the songs, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this sounds like a 2000s pop punk record thrown up with jammed together, and then just making nobody happy. I didn't like it at all, really. And that background vocal again was terrible. I certainly think it was maybe less boring than the Fall Guy, but a lot more predictable and a lot less inspiring. I think that one was boring, but this one just sounds like repeated bullshit. And it wasn't particularly good bullshit, and that background vocal is the second worst one we've heard. So I'm going to give this one 4.5. I really disliked it, but let's leave room to get lower because we're not even on the B side yet. So
Yeah. Also, I did not hear this one. I think I must have heard "Come to Brazil" because I don't remember
I
this.
didn't hear this either. I haven't heard any of these. So, but if this is what Supercharged is, don't count me in. No, all right, let's go on. Number 5.
Charged, the sequel.
I just want regular charged.
We'll take normally charged.
Turbo Championship, a different edition.
Yeah.
Offspring.
All right, John. What's the next
What's
one?
next?
You're okay, but this is
Okay,
The
but
last
this is
time.
Last time.
yeah. So this is 3 minutes and 23 seconds. We'll see. I feel like the Offspring records tend to fall apart right around in the middle. So we'll see what happens here. Track number 5 coming up in 3, 2, 1.
There's just one more thing. Why you running back and forth in my mind?
not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
You were using that as a slight against them earlier.
That's true. All right,
Don was. I didn't.
Ellie, you go first. I'm not feeling great about the way this album's going.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say this. Kind of catchy, actually, like slightly. I'll give it like a little bit of credit in saying I actually like this better than Make It All Right, but it is not it's not anything that I would expect from the Offspring. It sounds very generic. It's I think Lewis said we're listening to it's just taking from the early 2000s playbook, a little bit of power pop, a little bit of pop punk, and then just kind of flatlining it to this new style of production with this like digital effects where there's no real strain or personality to Dexter's vocals. It doesn't even sound like him at times. Very similar to the new Blink songs where Mark and Tom were sounding the exact same at some point from all the digital effects, and I kind of feel like this year we kind of sucked the personality out. But I'll say it's a fine, catchy little tune, and I like it a little better than Make It All Right. I'll give it like a 5.7, 5.5. We'll go 5.5. So it was all right, I guess. I mean, I would not going back to it very often, but one time was fine enough. Yeah.
John had to Make It All Right at 2.6.
Yeah.
Can it get lower? Can it get lower?
This song is the equivalent to what Dylan's gonna come back to his house and what his fridge it looks like after power being off for 3 days. That's the way. This is hot garbage, terrible song. I think this may be worse than the last one, guys. You were saying it while
I can
you were
see it.
listening. I have to mute, but like when you were saying like Avril Lavigne and this is like the worst part of the early 2000s. I think in the beginning they were kind of pulling from their own sound in the first 3 songs, and now we're getting into that weird kind of the pop punk like in 2003 to 2005 style pop punk where it's more like pop leaning than punk leaning. So I hated this song. I think I like it less than Make It All Right because it's so goofy and abrasive. I'm gonna go 2.4. It's another one I would never listen to again. Terrible. It's terrible.
Right. Lewis.
Yeah. So I'm approaching this one as if like this is just the Offspring trying to make a pop hit for the radio, and like when we're listening to it, we talk a little bit, and I said I could see my girlfriend liking this one if it was on the radio. So I'm gonna give it its due for that. I think it was better than Make It All Right, and it didn't have a woman whispering seductively to me in the background. So that's some more points. I think I like it better. I don't know if I think Looking Out for Number One would be a song I would listen to before this one again. Slightly better than Make It All Right. We're going to give it a 4.7. I think I gave the last one a 4.5. So we're going to leave a little sweet spot in the middle. I didn't think it was particularly bad.
Remind me of like these Christian alternative bands like Amber Pacific, right? A little more than
Amber
those.
Pacific,
but,
that's a great call out. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking of too.
I'll say this though, Amber Pacific is their entire album's better than this song. So, but it's very similar to that type of kind of neon pop punk and like that Christian rock vein. So it's a bit corny, but it's a little bit of a nostalgic sound for me. So I didn't think it was the worst thing I've heard. But
So that was like your era when you were coming up.
yeah, that was when I was pretty young. So I was like, I could clap at church to this song. Go ahead, Dylan.
All right, well, you're not going to have to make any change to my score because this is going to be the first Titty Baby Punk Boy signature 0. This song sucks. The last thing I needed to hear today was the Offspring playing a song with a shuffling dance beat, and that's what we got here. And yeah, let's go back to the contrived Offspring re-recording Americana that we got in the first few songs. I want that back now.
What'd you give the last song? Sorry,
he gave it
5.5.
Yeah,
5.5.
You think that is 5.5 points greater than the song?
Yeah. The chorus on this song sucks. And you kept mentioning this being like a radio ready song. What's weird is it's not a single, and I don't listen to the radio, but I don't think this has got any radio play, so I don't know why. If that's what it was intended as, they aren't really executing on that.
Let's see if it's gonna get released.
Yeah, I don't know. Also,
I guess now the version of a radio hit is like a TikTok song, so maybe it'll be a TikTok thing.
Maybe they're going for TikTok. That's very possible. I could see. I don't even know. This one doesn't have a distinct enough moment to be clippable for TikTok. So, but I guess we'll move on to the next one, which is Truth and Fiction, John.
Yeah.
So
Let's bring back, guys, the ECAD chord progression. Let's get to the classic Offspring here. Truth and Fiction.
2 minutes long. 2 minutes long. It's a good sign. All right.
Here we go, guys. Truth and Fiction in 3, 2, 1.
yeah.
Or crack mouse, empty sword gums, dude. It's so good.
All right. Who wants to take this one first? Snapping out of the
I'll go. I'll go.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
We can change the order. I think we have to pick our poison here. We've got the Offspring trying to sound like the Offspring, and then the radio rock, power pop stuff. So let's go with the lesser of two evils. I'm done. I'm not going to bash them for rewriting the same song over and over. That's what they're best at. So this was a great song. I'd say maybe probably the best so far. Slightly better than Light It Up. No nonsense, no stupid shit going on. Fuck yeah, this one's let's go with a 10.
Wow.
Okay.
You went from a 0 to a 10.
I'm coming
That's
off
a big
the heel.
jump. Dylan must have went from 6 to midnight in his pants for this one.
That is the greatest Offspring song ever written here. I mean, like, look, it's
can I go on this one?
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, this jump. We'll go reverse it. We don't reverse it up. Well, no. Just because, like, I mean, yeah, I want to echo Dylan because this felt like we're going back to that Crazy Taxi, and we were, in between. We're saying this sounds like freaking the Bad Religion side of the tracks now because there's definitely some Bad Religion vibes, classic Offspring vibes, obviously as well. It sounds like an Offspring song. This one was a lot of fun. 2 minutes. I didn't get too bored. I mean, nothing too inspiring. It's certainly one of the better tracks we've listened to so far. Definitely love the classic sound. So I think I gave my highest rating so far was like what, an 8, right, or something. So
8.4.
Yeah.
8.4. I don't know if I like this one better than Light It Up, but it's pretty close. So I'm gonna put this one at 8.6.
Damn.
I mean, you put it higher than Light It Up.
I meant to. I think I like it more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So I think what's happening here is that we just heard 2 god awful songs, and now we have a fast, simple song. So it's feeling better than it is, and I do think it's a good song. But I think that Light It Up structurally is more interesting. I thought it had more going on. I think Light It Up is a much better song than this. I do appreciate this inclusion. Like, it kind of dug us out of. We were getting pretty deep in the shit for a couple songs. So, I would say this is. I'm gonna go 7.1. It's a good song, but I really think that the positivity is coming from those last 2. So, I think looking out for number 1 is a little. I think it's right on par with that one. So I'm gonna go 7.1.
Yeah, I mean, just as we were going through it, I already can't remember what it sounds like, but it was like a fun, crazy taxi style.
It sounds like 10 in 2010.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I can't remember the chorus or anything like that. Like, it's a fast 2-minute Offspring song. It's perfectly acceptable for what it is. I'm not really sure what this album is trying to do or trying to accomplish when we have like these crazy taxi style throwbacks from like Ixnay and Americana and Conspiracy of One, and then we also have like these really weird like power pop radio auto-tune digital effects songs mixed in here as well. So I'm not really sure who this record is for at the end of the day. I'm not just the
For nobody.
Is the Offspring. I haven't listened to the last like 3 Offspring records. It's just what they do now.
This is par for the course, yes.
Okay, so they just mix in the like throwback Offspring stuff and then like these really weird fucking pop songs. Yeah, I don't think it's anywhere near as good as Light It Up. I think Light It Up I can remember distinctly, has a lot more personality in my opinion, but it is a fun, fast 2-minute Offspring song, so I'm not going to mock it. I'll go right around with John and I'll go 7 on this one.
You guys convinced me Light It Up's better. John, drop me to an 8. I'll give Light It Up the top spot again. So I'm convinced.
Mindless.
Spineless coward, stand up for yourself.
Well, I mean, I can't really remember what Light It Up sounded like now because I have all that bullshit in my ear. John,
I remember what okay, but this is the last time sounds like. Just saying.
I do remember that one, but
yeah, that chorus.
Yeah. Let's get in. Let's go. Let's switch gears to a 4-minute and 19 song.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta take a piss. You might want to pause for a second, John. 2 seconds, sorry.
All right, so we are up to track number 7, Come to Brazil. I think it's the most recent single. I've heard a snippet, I guess, from Instagram Reel, and it sounded pretty good. A little worrying that it is 4 minutes and 20 seconds, but we'll see. So you guys ready? You guys ready for Brazil?
I'm so ready.
All right, here we go. Come to Brazil. 3, 2, 1.
They are.
Wow.
Oh, well.
That was a lot. All right.
Wow is right.
I'll go first here. I don't know. I'm kind of like, there's equal parts good and bad, I think, in this song. They're like channeling a little bit of like Sepultura, right? With the thrash and stuff, some Brazilian. And we get like a Van Halen style solo, the tapping. Like Dylan was saying, they ain't gonna play that live. I'm with Dylan. I've seen Noodles is a fine guitar player, but he's no shredder. Man, it's better than the other 2 Goofy songs. If they're gonna do like a Goofy style joke song, I'd much rather this. It was way too long though.
Way too long. Oh my
Way
god.
too long.
Yeah, it didn't justify itself, definitely.
I'm gonna go 5.9.
Wow.
5.9. I really like the guitar sound, but there's just way too much fluff for me to get past.
All right, Lewis, you have a lot to say about this one, right?
No, I don't know. I mean, it was, I thought it was okay. It started off fine. I mean, we joked in between. I mean, it's 2 minutes too long. I understand what they're trying to do there with the olays and all that stuff is fine, but it was 2 minutes of they're saying come to Brazil with various riffs that we'll never see live. It just ended up being the drum beat while they talk to the crowd and then start chanting Olay. It'll be fine. I don't think the song accomplishes much. I thought it was a mixed bag. I would give it, I don't know, a 5.8. Let's go with that. It's higher than I gave. I'd say what I gave higher than Looking Out for Number 1, I think. So it was okay. Dylan, what do you think?
You guys are a bunch of sticks in the mud. That song is fucking awesome.
Gotta spit out some sunflower seeds, Dylan.
Yeah. All I could think was that'd be fucking sweet to see them play in front of an audience in Brazil. And I Googled it. They're playing 5 shows in Brazil in March. So they better play that. They'll go fucking insane. Yeah, I really like that. The guitar sounded sweet. Fun song. I don't think it was too long. I'm gonna give it a 9. I was gonna give it a 7.1 to troll the Brazilians if any of them are watching, but we'll go with a 9. That was fucking sweet.
Oh, Elliot, take us back down to reality, buddy.
I thought it wasn't bad. It's a little messy, a little bloated, but overall it was, I'd say, a pretty fun song. It had a lot of different dynamics. I like the Sepultura thrashy riffs in the beginning. It was kind of fun. It still makes me confused at like what the direction this record is. Only 10 songs, and there's just absolutely no structure to it whatsoever as an album. But this is a song. The guitar solo was fun. I didn't mind. Still, the auto tune on Dexter's vocals or the pitch correct or whatever they're doing, it's kind of a disservice when these guys start doing this. I know they get older and stuff like that, but it really starts sounding like with AI coming out and making these like generated songs, it starts sounding like an AI could create the same vocal effects that Dexter is doing. But I thought overall the song was pretty fun. Like I didn't mind it. It is a little too long, but I don't think it dragged that much. So I'll give it a 6.5.
They've had the pretty heavy vocal effects since Rise and Fall, Raging Grace, pretty much.
I don't remember.
Or maybe they were doing more vocal. Maybe they were doing more like vocal doubling on that album, less auto tune. I don't know.
Definitely. I mean, this sounds nothing like I've heard songs off Rise and Fall, and I don't remember it sounding anything like this. So.
Anyway, they've touched up the vocals for quite a while now. Even he still sings fine, so I don't know why. It's an artistic choice, I guess.
Well, I think it's about time for us to get some as we move on to track 8 of this supercharged and divisive album that we have so far. So let's see.
Is it going to be as good as Snots Get Some? That's what I'm going to judge this by.
This is going to be a joke track. I think I would bet money on it with the title.
All right.
That's my guess.
Let's get some. And by that, it could be money, rolls, whatever you like. Let's go into it in 3, 2, 1. I should be doing the background vocals for this shit.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Who's talking? I mean,
it was all right.
Who wants to tap?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like Dexter's got a bad habit of trying to get some very similar vibes going on. Who's going first?
Oh,
Elliot, go.
John, are you muted?
John, you're muted.
Whoops.
There we go.
Yeah.
Elliot,
You look like a mod.
Those of you don't.
I'll let you go first, John. John, I don't think John's gone first in a long time.
all right, I'll go first. Yeah. Man, I was like expecting like, what's the guy, like Steve Kidwiller from NoFX? It sounds like we were back in the Rib style days with some of those riffs going on.
It's
Kind of cool.
Sorry, go ahead.
There was very interesting pieces. I did like parts of this song, mostly the guitars, but I mean, there's a pattern on this with the goofy background stuff. Not great vocal performance, honestly. It's nowhere near the bottom. Like, we've definitely heard worse. We've definitely heard better. I feel like this is a middle of the road track, slightly leaning towards the better half. So that's going to put me... Dylan's going to strongly disagree, I'm guessing, but I like this better than the Brazil song. So I'm going to go here with a 6.8.
Yeah, that's right where I was going to be at. So you can hit me down for 6.8 too. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like you said, it to me, it sounded like it could have been like Coffee and Cigarettes riff from Lagwagon or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that is that riff. You're right.
Kind of similar to something like that. And then also they had the random, Led Zeppelin riff in the middle of it. And that also makes me think of these skate punk bands. They love to just do these random, a reference riff to something else.
That's Kansas, I think.
Was it Kansas? Was it Carry On?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, it was a fun song. But I think, like John said, the vocals are probably the worst part of this. They're like pitched up really high. It sounds a bit strange, and some of the woohoos and yeahs are are a bit corny, and I'm not super into that. But I think overall, like the instrumentation of the song and the speed of the song was fun. And this could also, if we got a little bit of the goofy background noises out of the way, could also be like a Crazy Taxi style song. I feel like a little bit, but it was fun.
With the woohoos, it would have been great in Crazy Taxi.
Actually, you're right. That might elevate Crazy Taxi a little, some woohoos. But Dylan, go ahead, man. We got to say.
Another fun song. I mentioned it while we were listening. I like the throwback to Bad Habit with the yeah. Almost identical. Yeah, I liked it. I'll give this one an 8.
Damn.
It's funny. I feel like aside from that 1-0 I gave out, I've been the most optimistic about this album so far.
You're definitely the highest so far.
Yeah, like really high.
Yeah. I thought it was just okay. I like the riff, the repetitive riff. Good call, Elliot. It definitely sounds like that Lagwagon song. Like that was great. But I'm trying to think of. I mean, the vocals in the beginning sounded really strange to me, and then I got used to them. Mm-hmm. I think the next time I listen to it, I'm gonna have the same reaction. It was like really overproduced and that, and it really threw me off. But I kind of like the overall structure of the song. I like the riff. I mean, it was fine. I definitely liked it better. I think I liked it better than Come to Brazil as well. I gave Come to Brazil, John. Sorry, you have notes, right?
You did a 5.8.
Okay, I'm closer to you guys. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5. I thought it was pretty good.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, let's get some. Now we're gonna be hanging by a thread as we get into the deep B side of the Offspring record.
Like, we're almost done. It was the second to last song, so
it's time to relax from having to listen to the Offspring anymore.
All right, I hope it's an acoustic song.
There's gonna be one. There's definitely one.
Okay,
well,
okay.
The last song is 4 minutes, so that's probably the spot. But this one is longer, 3:26, like Lewis said, hanging by a thread. All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, Lewis. You were saying you like it during the song, so let's go to you first. Hanging by a thread.
I think I like this song the best of all the songs we've heard of this record. I don't know. It seems like a classic Offspring record to me. It seems like Ixnay going into Americana age. The vocals didn't seem overproduced. It actually sounded like Dexter. I think some really interesting guitar parts. We even had the throwbacks again to like the Smash, like Egyptian whatever style riffs that were going on. It was good. It was, and I mean, nothing really too spectacular about it. Not super catchy. I mean, this song sounds like the Offspring to me. I could find this in any other Offspring record to me. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one. I think my first thing that's gonna crack. I think at 8.5 is my highest, right? So far.
8.4.
8 point what? 8.4. I'm gonna give this a 9. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna pin this one. I'm definitely gonna listen to this one again. I really enjoyed it, so it's gonna be my first 9.
Damn.
All right, Dylan.
I thought it was pretty good. It didn't really have a strong hook, but the chorus was decent, and I like the guitar part in the chorus especially. But I don't know. It wasn't that memorable. I guess if I had to choose between an irremarkable, if that's a word, unremarkable, there we go, an unremarkable Offspring song and a bad one, I'd go unremarkable all day. I'm going to give this a 7.5.
Okay. Yeah, I think like Lewis said, this is the first time it actually sounds like Dexter singing. I mean, I don't know what's going on with all the all these other songs, why they're pitch correcting and adding all these effects to his vocals, when obviously the guy can still sing. Hanging by a Thread shows that. I do agree with Dylan. There is not a strong hook on this. This is a bit of it's a solid B-side on a better Offspring album, definitely. So I do like that this is, I'm hearing more of like the Offspring and stuff like that in here, the ones that I'm familiar with. Definitely like a B-side off of Americana. But I think it was a little too long as well. I think if this was at the 2:45 mark, this would have been a perfect length for the song. I think we do the chorus one extra time necessary, but overall, I think it's one of the more solid songs. But I actually think I like, weirdly enough, I might actually like Get Some more. I don't know. I don't think so. I'll give this one a 7. So.
Yeah, I'm teetering the line between this and Get Some too, Elliot. So you're not alone.
Yeah,
I didn't hear anything remarkable either. I'm somewhere between like a 6.5 and a 7 myself. I thought it was all right. The length hurts it. The length definitely hurts it. I think I might like Get Some. I like the riff on Get Some like much better. So, but it's close. I'm gonna go 6. I'll go right in the middle of what I'm feeling. I'm gonna go 6.7. And we've got one song left. And weirdly enough, guys, I'm looking at our cumulative scores, and we're all pretty close. Dylan, Positive Dylan, as he's known, is definitely the highest, but we'll see, because I think
this could make it or break it.
Yeah, this is a 4-minute song. It's in the 10 spot. It could have a famous Dylan 0 written all over it, but let's find out. It's called
Will there be a piano? Yes or no? I'm going yes. There will be a piano.
Yes.
Okay.
Violin too. I'm going piano, violin. I'm gonna say both.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right. You can't get there from here in 3, 2, 1. The wah. Damn.
I think you're still muted. Alrighty.
No piano, no violin.
You guys
Was technically an acoustic guitar.
There was, yeah.
But
I couldn't tell if it was an acoustic guitar or an unplugged electric guitar. It sounded kind of
the same
like
thing.
it's the latter.
It did sound kind of clingy. I don't know.
Dylon, why don't, as the most positive, why don't you start the review as the end here? Last one.
They let me down. This was a dud. I'm gonna go back on what I said about and what was the word I used? Unremarkable. Offspring song. I was bored.
I believe you used irremarkable.
Irremarkable. I got there eventually. The definition of an unremarkable Offspring song. Really boring. It's a shame. It's a shame. They could have gone out with a bang, but they did this to me. So I don't know where to put it. I guess I'll go back to 5. I don't hate it, but boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
I'd say long, boring, good chorus, decent riff at parts, but it just drags, and there's no reason for it to be that long. It doesn't do anything interesting. It's not very catchy. The chorus is actually too long to even be a catchy chorus. It just keeps going on. It's almost like its own verse.
It's like a pre-chorus and a chorus.
And they sound the exact same.
Yeah.
So they just kind of blend together. The song is boring. It's definitely a dud. I'll put it down like the 5 territory, around what Dylan's at. So,
Damn.
Yarn.
I kind of liked it, guys. I kind of liked
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Descent.
Free thinker.
Oh. Yeah, I kinda
Join us in the vibes, John. I'm kidding.
relocate this cat who's on my... Oh, my God. Hold on.
One of us. 5. You like something? I think you moved the whole screen, John.
Dude, this freaking cat. What the fuck just happened? Hold on.
You're fine. We can hear you.
No, the whole screen's fucked up.
Oh.
Hold on, I can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good enough.
Elliot's score is gone.
My score is gone.
Get it out of here.
Let me pause. All right. Yeah, so I kind of liked it. I'm a free thinker here, like you guys were saying before my cat walked on my keyboard. As a closing track, I always say that I give bands a little bit of leeway. So I don't mind a little bit of a longer song with kind of a familiar chorus, which is what we got here. I think it's nowhere near as bad as this album had got. And for a track 10 closing album, I'll take kind of that kind of 80s ballad feel is what I got from it. It's by no means my favorite song on the album, but I'd say as an album closer, I will give it a let's go 7.1. I thought it was decent. The chorus is already stuck in my head, so let's go 7.1.
All right, Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably going to fall between you guys here. I thought it was okay. I agree with everything that was said already. Pretty boring, too long. The chorus was catchy, even though it was 2 choruses and just went on forever, but the riff was nice and good. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a downgrade from the one before it I really liked. I'm going to give this one a 6.5. I thought it was okay. And I'll give you, I agree, John. It kind of ends the album on a good like, you know, it was fine. So.
All right.
On a boring note.
It was boring, but I mean, it's the last track. This is going to raise the question, though. We're going to see, like, this album cover and this art, it feels like we're going for a theme here. There's no fucking theme here, so I don't know. Is there a theme? Am I missing it?
It seems like a random amalgamation of Offspring songs. They just happen to record all at the same time. I don't know. Yeah, there's not really a theme here. It's just kind of like, I feel like this is like, here's 10 songs. Take them or leave them. That's what it is.
It's a long 10 songs, too. It feels like a much bigger record because the styles are jumping all over the goddamn place. So
yeah, right in the middle you have...
Yeah,
the Make It All Right and Okay, This Is the Last Time. These like really poppy songs out of nowhere. Right at the start, right after kind of like the only really standout song in the beginning is Light It Up. So I'd say the ending of this album is probably overall better than the beginning. The B-side is actually probably slightly stronger than the A-side.
I think I like the B-side better too, yeah.
Yeah. So
let's get
theme is fun times and good vibes.
So just cumulative, I'll go in order of how much each of us liked it, and then we can amend our score if we like. Dylan is the highest with an overall score of 6.6, followed by Lewis, who has a 6.55. So right there. Then Elliot, you have a 6.19, and then I'm the lowest at 5.95. So how are we thinking? Does anyone want to amend their score higher or lower? We're all in that six range.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
So we're going
That's fair.
6.0 final score.
John, are you going to go up on yours? You give it only a 5, right? You're 5.9.
5.95. I mean, yeah. Overall, I give it a 6.
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
I think my score is pretty representative about how I feel about it right now. I could see not the album as a whole growing on me, but certain songs, the ones that I already like, maybe I'll end up liking them even more. The thing is, I don't really listen to songs. I listen to albums. So if like there's a bunch of duds on an album, then I'm not really going to go back to it that much. I think it has potential to a ceiling of 7, but for right now, I'm going to stay put at 6.6.
Yeah, Dylan has already booked his flight to Brazil to hear that played live.
I know. I was about to say.
You can't tell me that doesn't sound cool, though, man. They're going to love that.
It can't go much higher, Dylan. You've already given Come to Brazil a perfect score. It's a perfect
You thought the
Offspring
song was too long. You thought the song was too long. They'll probably extend the Olay part for like 10 minutes when they play that in Brazil.
The final
That
track.
sounds like it's gonna make it, to me, it sounds way worse if it's gonna get even longer. And the Olay part, I hate all that.
It'll be the Offspring does Green Day with the live chant.
All right,
Lewis, what's your final score?
Yeah, you were at 6.55.
I think it ended up being a little bit higher than I would have given it overall. So the parts being greater than the sum here. I think I'm probably with you guys at a 6. I think a solid 6 out of 10. I think maybe I gave a little bit too much to a couple of the songs. I think it's fun though that Dylan ended up the highest with 1-0 and 110. Like I know they even out to 5, but it's still funny. So, pardon me. I think I'm comfortable with a 6. I think it's way better than I expected it was going to be. I'll be honest. Like, I really thought I was going to come out of this thinking this was like a 3.5 out of 10 record, and it's really not that bad. So I may not listen to the full album again, but I'll definitely throw on a couple of these songs. So it was okay.
I think I've listened to Light It Up, and that's it. To be honest, yeah. So
this is typical Offspring fare. What, like, banger song, couple of decent familiar songs, and then some absolute duds. This is very, very much like Let the Bad Times Roll, I think.
Better than that one, though, I think, right? That one was...
Yeah, I think the good songs on here are better than that.
I don't know. I never listened to it.
All right.
Light It Up and The Last Time. For sure.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up here. We're almost at exactly an hour. I'm going to have to cut out all the nonsense with my cat, but yeah, let's wrap it up here. Overall, the Offspring album is fine. That's the general consensus here from Punk Rock Radar. As
satisfactory.
Satisfactory album, 6 out of 10. Yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching. If you want to hang out and join the Discord, there's a link down below. 24/7 Punk Rock. We've got, I think, 330 members now, so we're constantly talking about life, about punk, about random food tier lists. So if that sounds fun, make sure you join. And there's also a link down below to the store. We've got hoodies for the first time in 2 years featuring Seth Campbell's rendition of the Dookie artwork, so go check that out. And lots of cool punk rock albums on vinyl, cassette, and CD. So yeah, if you feel like doing that, go check those out. And yeah, we'll see you guys all next time.
Peace out.
Later.